Celebrating the release of their latest genre-expanding album Forever, hometown hardcore heroes Code Orange spearheaded a record release party on Friday, January 13th, 2017 at the Rex Theater in Pittsburgh's South Side Bar District. Boasting a dense bill with 6 bands in total, representing Steeltown Wrecking Crews, New York Tough Guy Beatdowns, and more recent metallic hardcore strains, Code Orange released their latest offering in grand style, marking the unofficial start to their tour in support of Forever, the band's first album for label heavyweight Roadrunner Records. Code Orange executed on an extremely high level, organizing an exciting show that represented 20 years of hardcore evolution and turning in a performance both meticulously executed and dangerously feral. Drawing Last Breath, traveling from Florida to be part of the festivities, kicked off the show. Drawing heavily from post-millennial metalcore, these youngsters from the Sunshine State offered up some hyper-aggressive melodicism, while the singer's tortured rasp more closely resembled a blackened vocal cord shredding, an invigorating start to the night. Drawing Last Breath's metalcore leanings are ably balanced by the added hostility in the band's attack and the singer's near-unhinged vocal assault. Up next, local beatdown crew Enemy Mind leveled the swelling crowd with some vicious Pittsburgh death metal, near suffocating riffs grinding the crowd to dust before tossing the carcass in frenetic bursts of ferocious rage. More traditional death metal atmospherics occasionally arise from the violent outbursts, but only to provide short diversions from the openly hostile intent of Enemy Mind's hardcore death metal beatdown. Still representing Pittsburgh, Eternal Sleep began their set with an abrasive squall, a fitting opening for the 25 minutes of discordant riff clang and forceful rhythmic propulsion that follows. A thick and pervasive low-end churn permeates the sound, lending an ominous tone to the overtly hostile proceedings. Another bright spot in Pittsburgh's heavy music scene, Eternal Sleep once again prove a worthy addition to any metal or hardcore bill. With a lead singer who happens to be the spitting image of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's Uncle Phil, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania's Wisdom in Chains crossed the state to represent Eastern PA at this show. With a positive approach, Wisdom in Chains specializes in anthemic hardcore that mostly toes the line with traditional hardcore, but reaches out with some metal elements and more traditional punk motifs. Uncle Phil never rocked in a hardcore band. Truer words from Wisdom in Chains vocalist Mad Joe Black were never spoken, and rock this hardcore band certainly does. This show, heavy on hardcore, would not be complete without a New York tough guy crew to butch up an already beastly lineup. Incendiary hit hard, hit frequent, and relentlessly pummel an all-too-appreciative crowd. With hefty riffs, expressive and propulsive percussion, and a stridently acerbic vocal delivery, Incendiary crank up the intensity and fuel the growing pit with their relentless assault. Up next, our experimental hardcore impresarios Code Orange take the stage to officially mark the launch of their latest offering of heavy, album number 3 and first for label heavyweights Roadrunner Records, Forever. A 1-2 punch of Forever and Kill the Creator from their brand new release opened the show. The mostly mid-paced Forever viciously roils underneath drummer Jamie Morgan's blunt vocal strain, while Kill the Creator rages out of the gate before a discordant and disorienting churn abuses the senses. 2014's I Am King supplies its song namesake with its deep droning charms all the more enveloping within the confines of the Rex Theater. Slow Burn, also from I Am King, follows with its plodding pace and disruptive intent. The only representative from debut album Love is Love, Return to Dust, Flowermouth the Leech, is up next. New song Bleeding in the Blur begins with a cavernous guitar intro before the song's full glory unfurls. Reba Meyer's clean vocals, when paired with the music, evoke the greatness of Karen Crisis and her former band Crisis, an excellent new song that further expands Code Orange's sonic paintbox. Alone in a Room from I Am King pounds and clangs its way through the speakers before another new song, Spy, spills forth. Shrill guitars alternate with a chugging descent, giving plenty of space for a maelstrom of noise and bludgeoning destruction to fill the air. Reaching all the way back to 2013's four-way split, Worms Fear God, God Fears Youth provides an atmospheric reprieve as it slowly twists and turns in sparse despondency. After a heartfelt thank you from dual threat drummer and vocalist Jamie Morgan, showing deep appreciation for the bands who traveled near and far to celebrate this new album, as well as a special thank you to the hometown crowd who turned out with energetic. A heartfelt thank you from dual threat drummer and vocalist Jamie Morgan shows deep appreciation for the bands who traveled near and far to celebrate this new album, as well as a special thank you to the hometown crowd who turned out with energetic fervor. New song, The New Reality, stomps and kicks its way through our minds with its varied hostility and shifting focus of attack. Closing out the show with I Am King's My World, Code Orange incites one last pit explosion as the song's brutally crushing riffs collide with aggressive vocal incitement to end the record release show. Further blurring the lines between metal, hardcore, industrial, doom, and whatever other post-millennial genres and subgenres they deem fit for assimilation, Code Orange have launched an amazing new album, and with such an energetic and crushing live show, 2017 looks to be a promising year for our hometown heavy representatives. From the metalcore stylings of Florida natives drawing last breath to the abrasive force of New York's Incendiary, Code Orange's record release celebration started kicking and punching from the start and continued to pummel the crowd senseless all night. Positivity from Philly hardcore crew Wisdom in Chains and a good old-fashioned Pittsburgh beatdown from local heavyweights Enemy Mind and Eternal Sleep all were merely prelude to Code Orange's blistering set, showcasing new material from Forever, as well as songs from previous releases I Am King and Love Is Love Return to Dust. The young band's set alternately pulsed with an atavistic primal rage before slamming the crowd with moments of near-mechanized hostility. Capping off a night of heavy revelry, Code Orange's show marked a celebration of a quarter-century of evolution in hardcore and metal music and represents a continuing expansion of the boundaries of all that is heavy.